There once was a stock that put to sea. The name of the stock was GME. The price blew up and the shorts dipped down. Hold my bully boys, hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when Ryan Cohen joined the board. The captain called all hands and swore he'll take his shares and hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Before the news had hit the market, Wall Street bets came up and bought it. With diamond hands, they knew they'd profit if they could only hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. No deals were cut, no shorts were squeezed. The captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the artist's creed. He took the risk to hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. For 40 days or even more, the stock went up, then down once more. All gains were lost, it was looking poor, but still those traders did hold. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The short's not squeezed and the game's not won. The tendy man makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew, and all. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Soon may the tendy man come to send a rocket into the sun. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. Oh, I bid farewell to my monthly paycheck, and I gambled it all on a GME bet. To hold with the boys and ignore calls to sell until we have given the hedgies all hell. And the tendies and diamonds are filling my mind. I'll search for the moon and pay losses no mind. I fear not the hedgie, I fear not his greed. I remember the hodlers, will they think of me when we make all our millions to spite the hedgie? Plot a course off to Mars from the orbit of Moon, to a place where my gains grew along with my crew. It's not about greed, no, I tell to my best, but sending a message to Wall Street the pest. As the words of their dread fill the space of my ears, they're crying like children, they're salty as tears. My heart fills with joy that it's bigger than we. I remember the hodlers, will they think of me when we make all our millions to spite the hedgie? Oh, for sure they will learn that there is consequence for playing with markets for his needs and ends. But when Reddit investors used their tricks on them, they screamed and they shouted while we bought again. As the sights of their rage filled the space in my eyes, for they duped us, but they won't escape us this time. We're this far from winning, this far from their greed. I remember the hodlers, will they think of me when we make all our millions to spite the hedgie? Now that I'm staring down on the feds and the rich, I'm not sure what I want, but I don't think it's this. As my brothers stand in the raging typhoon, I hold on to my shares as they launch towards the moon. As the tales of huddlers live forever in my mind, as I fulfill the dreams that they once tried to find. I look from the moon with the stars within reach. I remember Wall Street bets and they think of me, for our stocks with the moonshot forever will be. I remember the fallen and they think of me, for the hedges shall crumble and fall to their knees. If tomorrow all the gains were gone, I worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my stimulus and wife. I thank my lucky stars to be trading here today, 'cause we all still hold our calls and shares, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an artist, 'cause at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the paper hands who sold their GME, and I'd gladly stand up next to you and invest with no regrets, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this sport. Mods bless the Wall Street bets. From the floor in New York City to accounts on Fidelity, from the house of your wife's boyfriend, you just tried to make him see from you deep fucking value and your own portfolio, where there's tendies in every artist's gut, and it's time we buy and hold. And I'm proud to be an artist, 'cause at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the paper hands who sold their GME, and I'd gladly stand up next to you and invest with no regrets, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this sport. Mods bless the Wall Street bets. And I'm proud to be an artist, 'cause at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the paper hands who sold their GME, and I'd gladly stand up next to you and invest with no regrets, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this sport. Mods bless the Wall bets.
What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing today? It is Friday, May 28th, 2021. I'm your host, Ty, and this is Smarter Gambling. So, today we're doing the show live from Tendy Town. Hold on a sec. Green screen was a little messed up there. All good now. Yeah, doing the show live from Tendy Town. And that's because all the indexes were green today. Although I will say, it's kind of deceiving, because there is a lot of red. Kind of the opposite of yesterday. Yesterday was not the greatest day in terms of all the indexes, but there was a lot of green. And today there's a lot of all the indexes were green, but there's a lot of red in the overall market. But overall, the stock market is up. Really, in the morning, there was a lot of action going on. A lot of green in the morning, and then just throughout the day, pretty much everything just sold off. Kind of nasty. This morning, everyone was up big, but hopefully, everyone still made money today. I hope you guys did. So, yeah. Honestly, not too much happening today, so maybe this will be a shorter show than usual. But still got some great stuff for you guys. Of course, we're going to do our daily stock and crypto review. Then we're going to get into the news. We're going to talk about crypto mine raid, a Bitcoin mine raid. We're going to talk about how divorce. We're gonna talk about crypto and divorce, and then we're gonna talk about the movies, not necessarily AMC, but the movies and overall reopening for the movies. And then we'll get into the analysis. Today we're gonna talk about AMC, GME, VTNR, and GOED. Those are the tickers. And then, of course, we're gonna get into the Yolos. So, yes, not too much going on today, honestly. Not too much news-wise, not too much, ticker-wise, price action-wise, but still a little bit of stuff going on, so we'll cover all of that. Hey, Zakaria, thanks for being here again. Appreciate you. So, before we begin, please like the video, please subscribe, and if you enjoy my content and want to support my channel, please check out my Patreon. Link in the description down below. Alright, let's do it. And my mouse just died. Can I even say that word? My mouse just lost power. I gotta charge it, so I'm using my trackpad today, so bear with me here. Okay. Boom. All right. So what's going on today? The Dow Jones is up 0.19%. The Nasdaq is up 0.21%. And the S&P 500 is up 0.08%. So everything in the green, but like I said, kind of deceptive. Everything this morning was really green, and slowly throughout the day, things were selling off. The VIX actually is also positive. That's interesting. So let's see what's going on. Of course, Apple not doing anything, down 0.53%. We got AMC down 1.51%. Honestly, that's really not too bad. This morning it was up, like 30% or something? I think it was like 35. And throughout the day, I think at one point it was down like 5%, but finishes down 1.51%. Really not the worst in the world. You can't complain. AMD up 2.12%. Amazon down 0.22%. Alibaba up 0.57%. I will take it. We got BlackBerry up 1%. Yeah, all the meme stocks were, well, not just the meme stocks. Everything was up a lot, but especially the meme stocks were up in the morning, and they had really big pullback. I think BlackBerry was up over 10% this morning. Pulls back, finishes up 1%. We got, oops, misclick. What else we got here? Clover Health down 2.43%. Coinbase down 4.27%. Maybe just because crypto hasn't had the best day. Maybe that's just following crypto. Probably why. We got DoorDash down 1.66%. Disney down 0.22%. DraftKings down 0.89%. That's nasty. DraftKings was up like 3% this morning, so pulled back a lot. Not too happy, but had a good week, so guess I can't complain. Express meme stock, that's been flying with the other meme stocks this week, but that's down 10.81% today, so significant pullback there. Look, Ford is down 2.35%. Facebook is down 1.21%. Fubo down 7.3%. GME down 12.64%. So, again, the meme stock's getting really hit hard here. But if you got in before this week, it shouldn't really be that bad because you rode the wave up, and now it's coming down. Google up, well, the bigger Google ticker is down 0.25%. Got Mind Medicine. That's up 8.28%. Very nice. Still down from the IPO, or I don't think it was IPO, whatever, when it went public. That was at $4, so still down from that, but nice day for MindMed. Microvision down 1.45%. I can't remember how much it was up this morning, but it was up pretty big, Microvision. So that's kind of disappointing. But again, meme stocks getting hit hard. Netflix down 0.21%. Neo down 0.75%. That sucks. Neo was up, I think, like 3% earlier, something like that. Nvidia, this is one of the bigger stocks today, up 4.88%. So congratulations to everyone with Nvidia. That is one of the best performing stocks today. Ocugen finishes up 0.23%. I think it was up a lot more. I can't remember, but yeah, everything was up a lot more. But at least that finishes in the green. Palantir up 1.1%. Honestly, this was pushing 9% this morning. I was really hyped. I put in a sell order. I wanted to get rid of my Palantir. It never hit, so I'm still holding. Kind of bummed about that because I really wish I would have got out when it was up like 8.5% and it pulled all the way back down to 1.1. Kind of sucks, but whatever. Hold it for a little longer. Peloton down 2%. Roblox down 3.8%. Ride, Lordstown Motors, that's down 6.16%. Riot Blockchain down 4.81%. Roku down 0.66%. Snapchat up 1.72%. Look at that. Sundial Growers. That did really well today, up 14.79%. Virgin Galactic finishes in the green. Pretty nice. Up 0.5 or 0.45%. The other meme stocks didn't do so well, but at least Virgin Galactic stays green. Square up 0.73%. That's interesting. So Tilray is down 2.9%, but Sundial is up almost 15%. So, usually the cannabis stocks move together, but it's not the case today. Tesla down 0.89%. Viacom down 1.69%. Yeah, kind of nasty. Just bled all day. Finishes at like a day low. Oh, well. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, all the indexes are green. Not that green, but they're all green. But it is kind of deceiving because, as we can see, there was a lot of red. Kind of looks like more red than green, honestly. But I guess the bigger cap names, the value were did pretty well today, and the smaller cap names didn't. So that's why the indexes are the way they are. Okay, let's take a look at crypto. Okay, here's crypto. Actually, this is worse than I thought it was. Um, it's overall crypto is down 7.44% today. I guess that's not the worst in the world for crypto, and I think now a lot of us are becoming desensitized, and learning that it's pretty normal to see 20% swings in crypto every day. So really, 7.44%, not too bad. To people who have been doing crypto for a while and people learning crypto, we just had that correction, so this ain't nothing. But let's see what's going on. Bitcoin down 7.2%. That's kind of nasty. This was at 40K recently, so back to 36. Ether down 9.15%. That's back to 2,500. Binance down 10%. Cardano down 7.16%. XRP down 8%. Hey, finally, it overtook Doge again. Doge is back to number 7 in terms of market cap. Doge is down 4.4%. That's back down to 32 cents. Bitcoin Cash down 8%. Chainlink down 8%. Litecoin down 7%. Ether Classic down 6.72%. Yeah, pretty much everything down. Except Monero. Look, Monero's up 3.11%. Neo down 10%. So, yeah, pretty much everything down. Except for like a handful of things. But, yeah, pretty bad day for crypto. Could be worse. We've seen worse, but not the best day for crypto. So, sorry for everyone who lost money here. And congratulations to anyone who made money in crypto today. That would have been incredibly hard, but I hope you did. Okay, that's a good segue into our news. We got a few crypto articles today. One second, guys, as I pull this stuff up. Okay, so this is more just this is more for entertainment purposes, not really educational. But I came across this, found it to be pretty funny, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Okay, let's read a little bit of this. UK police expecting cannabis farm find crypto mine stealing energy. I guess I can just read most of this. Police in the UK thought they were raiding a cannabis farm, but instead found it an alleged cryptocurrency mine that was stealing thousands of pounds of electricity. The authorities were told about people visiting the site at different times of the day, lots of visible wiring and ventilation ducts, and a police drone detected a considerable heat source from above. All classic cannabis factory signs, the police said. But when officers entered the facility, they found a bank of 100 computer units. When the local power supplier was contacted, the police found that the electric supply had been diverted to power the operation. My understanding is that mining for cryptocurrency is not itself illegal, but clearly abstracting electricity from the main power supply to power it is. This article kind of has some grammar issues here. But anyway. So, yeah, pretty funny stuff. Uh, because that kind of does seem like, yes, a cannabis farm. Uh, probably it was a warehouse of some sort. Um, Not many people come around, but throughout the day, every few hours you see someone uh, go into this place, and they got a lot of wires, which typically is for your grow lights. um, but they were just attached to the computer, and these lights usually make the cannabis plants really hot, or they make the warehouse hot. But don't know if you guys are familiar with crypto mining. That also makes things very hot. And therefore they needed the ventilation system and all of that. Actually, I think in Greenland, or Iceland, one of these northern countries, um, I read there's a big crypto mine, and they just use the natural cold air instead of running, ACs and ventilation and all that stuff, and it saves a lot of energy. Anyway, uh, and in addition, crypto mining does use a lot of energy. That was Elon Musk's his main concern. Recently he said Tesla will stop accepting Bitcoin because crypto mining, or Bitcoin mining specifically, uses way too much energy, and it's actually counterproductive to the company's goal of going green. Um, so I mean, I can see why they were stealing the energy, because that would have been a huge electricity bill. It says thousands of pounds, probably a little more than thousands, if they're just running it 24/7. And just a side note, crypto mining is not illegal. Well, depending on where you live, most places it's not illegal. But we saw China recently; they're cracking down on crypto mining, and they actually started enforcing that recently. So, so entertaining article here. A lot of minor things that we can talk about from this, but this is pretty funny. Wonder what happened. Probably just arrested the guys for stealing electricity, but can you imagine what the cops were thinking when they went in this place? Okay. Next article. Okay. So this is a little bit more serious. Now we're going to talk about cryptocurrency and what happens to your assets when you get divorced. Um, this is interesting because I actually haven't thought about this. And now cryptocurrency is widely accepted, especially by the retail trader, and a lot of people have cryptocurrencies. So, what happens when you get divorced? You have to divide your assets, right? So, you know, in theory, you do. In reality, that'd be kind of difficult, especially if you're hiding stuff. But I guess it's just kind of the same as having offshore accounts and hiring forensic accountants and all that. It's just a new age and a different way to do things. So let's read this. Dividing cryptocurrency in a divorce settlement is complicated. More than 20 million Americans may own cryptocurrency, industry groups estimate. And how to split holdings has become a growing concern in divorce settlements. Splitting digital currency may be more complex than traditional investments, such as stocks, bonds, or mutual funds. Financial experts cover what ex-spouses need to know about cryptocurrency in divorce. And before we read, it's funny because I remember a couple of years ago, one of my friends told me that if he ever had problems, well, he doesn't have a wife, but in theoretically, if he ever got married and it came to a divorce and, he had to give up some of his assets, he told me he's putting his crypto in Monero and she ain't never going to find any of it. Because, Monero is, like, pretty anonymous. Well, all of crypto is supposed to be pretty anonymous, but Monero is especially anonymous. It was specifically made to be anonymous. XMR, Monero. Let's just take a quick look here. So it says, you're going to need a professional with cryptocurrency experience. So I guess divorce lawyers got to start learning crypto soon. Or maybe some of them can specialize in it and make a killing. Okay, it says, uh, valuing the crypto is going to be the hard part because it's so volatile. So maybe you have 200k worth of crypto, but it can drop in half to 100k during your divorce, or double to 400k. So it's going to be kind of difficult to divide. Honestly, if it comes to that, then you should, and this is just my opinion, you should just go buy satoshis. What Bitcoin is measured in, not dollars. Probably got to do it in satoshis, not dollars. That would solve everything. And tax considerations. So this just says that you might get in trouble with the IRS if you get divorced and then one of you fails to report the income. And then another problem it says is transferring assets. Honestly, I don't think this is a big deal. Well, I say that, but I personally know how I'm like technically good with crypto. With the wallets, I know how to transfer assets from here to there. It's really not too hard. But for the general retail investor, they don't actually know how to move your funds from one wallet to another. They just know how to hit the buy button and hit the sell button, and they leave their money on the exchange. They never actually take it out into a personal cold wallet. So, I don't think this is a big deal, but you're just gonna have to learn a little bit more about crypto, a little bit more skills. Shouldn't be too difficult. So, yeah, this was interesting, and this will definitely become more relevant over the next, few years and just in the future in general. Right now, it's not uh, really an issue because crypto is relatively new, but this is gonna be a real thing. Um, and I guess you guys should consider this if you're getting married and you own crypto. I guess when you're signing your prenup, all the crypto is mine. Yeah, that's true. They only know how to buy and hold, like true apes. Um, yeah, honestly, most retail investors don't know what the sell button is until they're like, you know, old and they want to retire or something, or they want to buy a house. Um, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's long-term investing, the easiest way to invest, and that's what most people should do if they're not that financially savvy, and but they do want to invest in the market. But for traders and for people looking to make some serious money, more experienced traders who do this on a professional level, semi-professional level, yeah, you got to know what the sell button is. Okay. Okay, one more article, and then we'll get into the analysis. All right. So this is about the movies. Not about AMC specifically, but just the movies in general. It reads, Memorial Day weekend box office could be first to top $100 million since the pandemic began. This Memorial Day weekend could break the $100 million mark at the box office. The weekend of April 23rd is the highest grossing weekend the box office has seen during the pandemic, with ticket sales reaching $57 million. Heading into this Memorial Day weekend, more than 70% of theaters are open, and Hollywood has two blockbuster releases, Cruella and A Quiet Place Part 2. Okay. I believe April 23rd was when Godzilla vs. Kong came out, if I'm not mistaken. I remember that. A lot of people were excited. That was like the first big movie to be back in theaters since the reopening. And honestly, I'm pretty sure AMC is like the only movie theater around anymore. There's like Regal and a few smaller ones, but like the big chain movie theaters, I think it's just AMC and Regal. And Regal ain't doing so well. And AMC's been killing it as of late, their stock at least. You know, the apes saved the whole company, as they did with GME. So, this is just good news overall for the economy. You know, people are getting back out there, spending money. Got to spend money for the stock market to go up. And this is good news for AMC because I'm sure most of most of the people going to the movies are going to go to AMC. So, again, not news directly related to AMC, not news directly about AMC, but pretty closely related. That's a good segue, because now let's talk about, let's do the analysis now. First one is AMC. All right, here's AMC. So, yesterday, I believe it closed. Where'd it close? It closed at like around 30, like 29, 29.70 around there. And then in the aftermarket, it was pumping. You know, shorts were covering. And today in the morning, it reached a high of about $37. And yesterday I said if it went to the upside, no one really knows where it's going because we're officially in uncharted territory. We broke the all-time high, so it's anyone's best guess where this would go. And today it was established. There's a new all-time high of 36.72. We'll just call it 37. So, still not too much data to go off of to draw new support and resistance, but at least we have new data now and we can kind of guess where things are going now. So, the RSI is at 85, so it's still overbought and overvalued, so I wouldn't be surprised if this continued to pull back. Really, it's due for a pullback. Today it finishes at 26. So, I can't really say where the next level of support would be, but this can come back down to $20. That's the next definite level of support I have, but there's probably another one in there. You can't really go off of 2 days of data. So it's hard to draw that. And if it goes to the upside, the next level of resistance, this is easy because it's the all-time high, would be 37 bucks. I'll draw that right now. So this is a wide channel here between 20 and 37. So I'm pretty sure there is another level of resistance in there somewhere, or maybe a few. But it's just very difficult to draw because there's not much data to go off of. So, in the next few trading sessions, hopefully we can have some more data and start to understand and analyze new levels of support and resistance. But like I said, this is still overbought and overvalued according to the RSI. So I would not be surprised if this pulled back more. I'm expecting it to, but you never know with these meme stocks. This stuff is absolutely crazy. This could, in fact, blow right past 37. Who knows? So, yeah, would have been nice if, you guys sold out at 35. That would have been really great. And then bought back in here, or maybe even lower. Probably coming back down more. If you sold out at 35 and you get back in at like 20 or 20 something, that'd be a really Chad move right there. But either way, if you were holding, probably made a lot of money this week. I just hope you guys didn't FOMO win the top. It would have been the worst thing to do, but somebody did. So, yes, this is AMC. It appears like the run is cooling down, or maybe almost over, but had a really good run this week. Absolutely insane. Went from 12 all the way to 36, 200% in a week. That's absolutely absurd. I don't really know how you can't take profit there, but the apes are holding, they refuse to sell. Diamond hands all the way.
With diamond hands, they knew they'd profit if they could only hold.
So congratulations to everyone who made money from AMC this week. Very happy for you guys. Okay, now let's do GME. So, GME got hit a lot harder than AMC. They generally move together, but today, yeah, GME got slammed pretty hard. Well, considering where it came up from last week, I guess it's not too bad, but finishes down 12.64% at $222. And you can see, excuse me one second. My apologies. So I've been saying, well, I already had these levels of support and resistance drawn out, and yesterday I said that it's pushing this 260 resistance, and if it breaks out at 260, it can go up to about 350, and if not, it can fall back down to 220, and if it breaks 220, it can come back down to 150. So today, it hit the support, or hit the resistance of 260, and it could not break that, and in fact, it came right back down to 220, and it looks like it's having a hard time breaking that. So, it looks like there's strong support at 260, strong resistance at 260, and strong support at 220, just like I predicted. So, same thing I said as yesterday, except now it's trying to break the support instead of the resistance. If this falls below 220, this can come all the way back down to 150, and if this goes back up The next level of resistance would be 260 again. And if it breaks 260, then it can go back up to 350. So, same thing as yesterday. Same levels of support and resistance. It's just on the support side this time instead of the resistance. And the RSI is no longer past 70. It's now at 62. So we're no longer in overbought and oversold territory. It's coming back down to normal. So we'll see where this goes. Okay, that is GME. All right, now let's talk about VTNR. Okay, this is VTNR, Vertex Energy. Not really a well-known stock, but this has been trending last couple of days, especially yesterday and today. And full disclosure, I did have a position in this yesterday or today. I talked about it. I said I shorted this at 420, and I was looking to get out at around like 250-ish. Because yesterday the RSI was at like 88, and it was already up 150%. So logically, you would think that it's going down, right? It usually does. But today, in all my years of trading, I have not seen this very often. Like, not very often at all. This thing went from 150 to $8 in 2 days. All right, that's like a 4-bagger or a 5-bagger or something in 2 days. 400%. Absolutely insane. The only other time I've really seen this is when GME happened the first time in January. So yeah, today it's up another 96%. Opened at around, well, it closed at 380, and it opened at 6, and it pushed all the way to 8 at the end of the day. So this was me today. Other YouTubers, they're only going to share the trades where they won with you, but full transparency here. I'll show everything I do. You can't win them all. Example right here. I've showed trades that I did win last couple of days, and here's one that I did not win. Very interesting because it double gapped. You usually don't see that. Huge gap up. Another huge gap up. And the RSI is at 95 now, so extremely, extremely overbought and overvalued. Really, really frothy. And personally, I usually double down when things go bad, but this time, and I don't use stop losses, but I used a mental stop loss this time. I had a bad feeling about this one. I got out at about 650. Thank God, because this went all the way up to 8. But I usually do double down. But this specific case, I had a really bad feeling about because I'll show you right now. One second. I should have had this prepared actually, but whatever. Okay. So probably the biggest reason why that um that this popped off today, that VTNR popped off today, is because this hedge fund, I think it's a hedge fund, they upgraded the price target from 4 to 25. That's pretty absurd. I've never seen an upgrade that big. That is literally a 600% upgrade. Um, and I did more research. I was on StockTwits, and everyone was saying this company is crooked. Don't trust them. They're known for pump and dumps and underwriting and offering shares. So I did a little bit more research on this company. There's really not too much on the internet. There's not many reviews, but on Google, they have a 2.2, and even this is deceiving because, look, 5 reviews just came in the last day, right before this popped off. 5 stars, all of them, no comment. But the ones that are leaving reviews, look, every investment they touch turns to garbage. Like stealing money, please share and be careful from scammers like this. I did not lose, thank God. They just said shares will go to 25 from $1 for BS company. You know, every time these guys do a secondary, the stock loses half the value like clockwork. Everything they touch tanks. Every investment they touch turns to garbage, like stealing money. Every time they arrange financing for a company, the shares tank. If you're invested in a company and see these guys arranging the financing, be prepared for a huge drop. So, yeah, see? Scum of the earth. Garbage humans. So, they don't have a good reputation. And I did some more research. They've been sued a lot for securities fraud, aka manipulating the stock market. So, again, usually I double down when I'm in the red. But I looked into why this continued to run today because that doesn't really make much sense. After a 150% gain, things usually don't run 100% again the next day. That's absolutely absurd. And then, so I started doing some research and I think I found some answers. Because this hedge fund looks like they're manipulating the stock. It looks like they're going to pump it and then they're going to dump it. So I didn't want to double down because this is really, really sketchy here. And I just really didn't have a good feeling about this. So I just cut my losses. Lost a couple $1,000 on this one. It's okay. You can't win them all. You just got to win more than you lose. So, not sweating it. But this really makes me wonder about what's going on behind the scenes. It seems like there's some shady stuff going on here. And I don't want to cry conspiracy theory, but something's not right. Something is not right here. Like I said, in my years of investing, I have never seen anything like this besides GME. So, Zakaria, GOED, GOED. We're talking about that one next. So we'll get to that. So yeah. RSI is at 95. It looks like this thing is going to come crashing down, but that's what it looked like yesterday too. And I really don't know. I really don't know. There's just shadiness going around. There's shadiness all around in this one. So I said, screw it. I'm not touching this one no more. I'm out. I'm gonna cut the loss and I'm moving on. But this one blew my mind. This one absolutely blew my mind. I was watching this all day. I could not believe what I was seeing, and I got short squeezed out of this one. I got short squeezed out of this one, and a lot of other people did too. All right, now let's do GOED. Okay, so here's GOED. Goed. I don't even know how to say it. GOED Goedeker? Goedeker? Goedeker. I think that's how you say it. Actually, I was thinking about playing this one yesterday. I was looking at this one and VTNR. I decided not to go with this one because I didn't like the technicals that much. You know, I thought it could have been more overbought. I didn't really want to take a position when it wasn't, the RSI wasn't showing overbought and overvalued. The volume is relatively low, so it's not that liquid. And I just thought VTNR was a better play. We see now today, I should have went with this one and not VTNR because I was thinking about getting in this one at 11. I believe that's the first time it got halted. And yeah, it literally went from 17 down to $1.80 in one day. So, yeah, I would have made a lot of money if I shorted this one, but I didn't. Again, you can't win them all. It's okay. I'm not sweating it. But I do feel really badly for the people who did buy this, because I was on StockTwits and I was reading, the sentiment. There was a lot of unhappy people, crying manipulation, crying corruption, telling people to file reports with the SEC about, shadiness, manipulation. I believe that they did a stock offering, like out of nowhere in the middle of the day, which I guess you can't blame them for, because when the stock goes up this high, you kind of expect a stock offering. But, the company claims that they didn't know why the shares were popping so much, and then they turn around and do a stock offering on the same day. So, again, I don't want to cry conspiracy, but doesn't really seem normal. Seems like there's a little bit something going on behind the scenes here. So, yeah, there was a huge gap down from 6 all the way to 180. I believe the aftermarket is when the real selling started. Well, I can't say that because this is a huge candle, but, it went from 17 to 6 during the regular hours, then down to 180 during the aftermarket. So, very, very disgusting. I'm very sorry to everyone who bought into this at any price, really. Like, if you bought in at 16, 14, 10, 6, you got screwed either way. Really, really bad. I don't think it really makes much of a difference where you bought in. You got screwed on this one. So, what can we learn from all of this? Well, for one, I would say don't FOMO, and that's usually the case, okay? Not always, but if you see something running 100%, please don't FOMO. That's not a good idea. Yes, sometimes it works. We see AMC, we see VTNR, the thing was up 150%. People are still FOMOing. They make another 100%. Just because it happened over there doesn't mean that happens all the time. And in fact, it typically does not. So you kind of get into this gambler's fallacy where it worked last time, so you think it's going to work this time, and then it doesn't, and then, you start losing your money over time. It's best to just stay disciplined. Don't FOMO into stuff like this. What else can we learn? Day trading, swing trading, is pretty risky stuff. So, if you're not too familiar, if you're not too good with this stuff, practice a little bit more first. Maybe do paper money trades, or invest little amounts of money that you can't afford to lose. And most importantly, I just said it, don't invest what you can't afford to lose. So, there's people crying on StockTwits like, oh, I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. This was like my life savings. It took me years to make this. A whole year's of gains gone in one day. And yes, I'm terribly sorry. That is terrible. But you shouldn't have put that much, you know? Like me, I lost a couple thousand in I forgot what's even called, VTNR. You see me? I'm cool. I'm not sweating it. I'm a little suspicious about the way it went down, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know? You accept the risk, and if it doesn't go your way, you already accepted the risk. So, you won't get that upset about it. So, you know, you see a lot of people on StockTwits losing a lot of money that they really couldn't afford to lose. Or, they could afford to lose it, but it still really hurt. So, I understand you guys want to take bigger risks and, you know, put in more money to make more money, but when it goes bad, it goes bad. And, you know, just an example here. Accept the risk before you go into the trade, and you should have your limits set, you know? Like, you should know when you're getting in, when you're getting out, and another thing, we just kind of have to accept that there's a lot of manipulation going on in the market. You know, everyone screams about it, and it's true. We all know that it's being manipulated. Just can't do anything about it. This is the game we play. So you got to learn how to, you know, how to be a player in the market and not get screwed at the same time. So, yeah, this is GOED. You know, now the RSI is at 29, so it is undervalued, oversold. I'm not quite sure why you would buy this at this point. You know, I would not trust this company after what they pulled. But I guess it could be a good buying opportunity, not financial advice. But I would just stay away from this one. Seems really shady. I would stay far away. So that is GOED. Again, sorry to everyone who lost on this. That's really terrible. And congratulations to everyone who made on VTNR. You squeezed me. You got me. Okay. Let's get to the Yolos. Okay, so today we got GME, AMC, and BlackBerry Yolos. This first one is by MK Hayam. Mikayam. Alright, this first one is by Mikayam. He says, I invested 1K on Monday on some calls, and this is what happened. I can't thank you apes enough. So, yeah, he bought 18 AMC calls for $59 each. They were for June 4th, so next Friday, next week. At the $17 strike. So this only cost him $1,000, and he made, well, I don't know if he sold yet, but right now he's up 2,663%. So, yeah, this one I just wanted to show for the insane gain, and how sometimes with a little bit of luck and due diligence and momentum, you can make extreme crazy gains from small investments. Now this is not typical. You should not expect 2,700% gains, because this usually does not happen, like, ever. And I mean, I would usually say take profit, but I really don't think AMC is going down to 17 in 1 week, so he should be okay just holding this. But if he sold, today at 35, he would have made a lot more money because it came crashing down. So I just wanted to show this to show that, yes, sometimes this does work. Buying extremely risky options near the strike price, something way out of the money, and if you hit, you're going to get paid off real big, a huge payday. Does that mean you should do it? No. Sometimes, yes. It's situational, but typically, these are going to expire worthless, and over the long run, it's not a winning play, and you're actually going to lose money. So, I'm happy for this guy, Makayam. Congratulations to you. This is a huge gain. 27 bagger. That is absolutely insane. But, I just want to say that these results are not typical, and you shouldn't expect stuff like this, because this is not normal. So, yes, sometimes it works, but over the long run, it doesn't work. So, I would just caution everyone. So, thank you for posting. Makayam, congratulations to you. A lot of attendees. Good luck. Good luck. And congratulations again. Okay, this one is by Biggie G. He says, AMC call update, May 28th, rolled over to earlier dates for more calls. Okay, so I'm not going to go through all his plays here, because there's a lot. But you can see he's up a lot of money here. In probably 100-something K. So first of all, congratulations to you. Very happy, Biggie G. But the purpose of showing this was that I wanted to explain what he did here. So rolling your contracts, rolling your options just mean you sell your current position, and you can roll up. So you can roll your strike up. You can buy a higher strike, which would cost less money. You can roll your strike down, which is going to cost more money. You can roll your strike, or you can roll your date, your expiration date up. So you push your contract further out, and that's going to cost you more money. Or you can roll your expiration date down. So you close your position and you buy in at a closer expiry date, and that will cost less money. But of course, you're going to inherit more risk if you buy closer expiry dates and more out of the money contracts. And you're going to lower your risk if you buy closer to the money contracts and further out. But the trade-off is you got to pay more money. So this ape over here, he decided that he wanted to get more risky, and so he sold all his calls, and he rolled his strike down. So he's inheriting more risk by doing that, but they're cheaper, so he's able to buy more calls, and that's what he did here. So what do I think about this one? Well, honestly, this is not too bad because it appears that most of them are going to finish in the money. Maybe except the 26 calls, the 26 strike calls. I think those are currently in the money, but by what did it finish at? So yeah, this actually worked. This worked out really well for him. I think the only trouble he might get into is the June 18th calls for the 26 strike. Don't know if AMC is going to be at 26 by then. Might come back down, but might not. But, all the other strikes seem like they're going to finish in the money. So, this was really well executed here. This was really well executed. I like this one. Not saying that everyone should do this, because, again, you inherit more risk. But in this situation, it worked out. So yeah, again, I wanted to show this to you guys as an example of what happens when you roll your options. You can roll them up, roll them down, and you can do that for the strike price and the expiry date. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here it worked. So if you guys want to roll your contracts, just consider the inherent risk that you are exposing yourself to, or the risk that you are offloading. Because maybe, the opposite way, maybe if you're scared that your options are not going to finish in the money, you decide to push it to a further date. So you lower your risk. This guy took on more risk. So, but everyone should know how to roll their options. It's a very powerful strategy. I guess it's not even a strategy. It's a basic, actually. But everyone who trades options should learn how to roll their options. So, congratulations, Biggie G. Thank you for posting. Great content. Congratulations on the attendees. Very happy for you. And good luck to you in the future. Okay, this one is by Kid Kotick. He says, AMC was nice to me. Like the Sour Patch Kids, they sell. First they're sour, then came the sweet tendies. Okay. So I wanted to show this one because this is a good example of selling calls. Most people you see on Wall Street Bets, they buy calls, but I'm a big fan of selling options, and here's a good example of that. So, you see he made a lot of money, first of all, thousands of dollars, in the 5 figures, somewhere there. He had these 2 buys down here, but those finished out of the money, but that's okay because he more than made up for that for the selling of the calls. So, okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to go through all of these, but for the most part, he had options that expired today, or he has one that expires next week. He has them for the $29 strike, $27, $26, $28, $20, and $25 strikes. So I'm not sure if these were covered or naked calls. I'm just assuming they were covered because most people do covered calls. It's very risky to sell naked, and I don't recommend it that anyone do that, because then you expose yourself to unlimited risk at that point. But covered calls, I love. As long as you have collateral to put up, you need 100 shares to sell one covered call. So I'm just assuming these are covered. So all that means is that when you're selling calls, you are bearish. So you want the stock to stay below your strike price. Now, in this case, the $20, the $25, and the $26 strikes all finished in the money. But that's okay, because all that means is that he is obligated to sell his shares for $25, $26, and $20. So he could have made more money if he just held the shares, but that's really not bad at all, you know? He sold 100 shares for 20, sold 100 shares at 25, and sold 100 shares at 26. Still made a lot of money there. So, yes, he would have made more money if he held on to the shares, but still made a profit from selling at these strike prices. And in addition to that, he still keeps the premium that he made. So, so he had to sell the shares for the ones that were in the money. Now, there are some that expired out of the money, being his $27, $28, and $29 strike calls. So those expired worthless. So he did not have to sell his shares for those, and he gets the premium. He gets to keep the premium that he collected for selling those shares. So overall, I love this. This is very, very nice. He probably did this with extremely high implied volatility too. So I always say don't buy options that are over 100% IV, because that's going to be very expensive and theta decay is going to eat at you. But it's a good idea to sell options that are over 100% IV, because then you're going to collect fat premiums like so. You see, $7,000, $6,000, $4,000, $7,000. These are really, really fat premiums. So even though he had to sell some of these off, he was obligated to sell some of these off, he still collected the premium, so that offsets it a little bit. And then he collected premium and didn't have to sell his shares for the rest. So overall, I love this. This is a really, really good play here, and a great example of selling calls, because you really don't see too much of that. This is called theta gang, when you just make money by selling premiums. I'm a big fan of that strategy. But I really like this because this is a really good strategy, and you don't really see this much on social media, on Wall Street Bets and Stock Twits. And when I see something like this, I appreciate it. This is very well executed. So, congratulations to you, Kid Kotick. A lot of attendees here. Great Theta Gang play. I love it. So, enjoy the attendees, and good luck to you. Okay. This one is by a little stitious. He says, "Welp, I've been selling covered calls on my GME to bring my cost basis down since January. I knew this day would happen, lol. Sold 2 calls at $6, now worth $69 out of all numbers. Kind of like a troll there. So, I guess this is building off the last one, the last YOLO. This guy's also selling calls, covered calls. So you see, he had 200 shares of GME, and he put those up as collateral for selling covered calls. So he sold 2 calls because that's all he could afford. He only had 200 shares. You know, I'm not really sure why it says he's down money here. Why does it say he's down money here? Because all this means is that he would have to sell his GME for, or he had to, because it expired today. He had to sell his GME for $185 each. And then he should have made premium from selling this. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this one, but I don't really think he lost money. He just, like, lost out on potential profit. Because by selling covered calls, he keeps the premium, and he would sell GME at $185 each. So, unless he bought GME at some ridiculous price like $300 and then he's down money. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this one. This is interesting. Sold 2 calls at $6. I think this is just saying he missed out on potential profit. Because if he sold 2 calls at $6, which is really $600, he made $1,200 on the covered calls, collecting the premium, and then he would make the difference for what he bought GME at. So as long as he bought GME for under 185, he would have made money on this. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, but I'm assuming this is just what he could have potentially made if he did not sell the covered calls. But this goes to show that, you know, sometimes your shares are going to get called away from you if your covered calls expire in the money. And that's not always a bad thing, because all that means is you have to sell your calls at the agreed upon strike price. And if you plan accordingly and well, you're still going to make money off of that trade, and you're going to make money off the premium. So you're making money both ways. So here's another example of covered calls from GME. A little stitious. I guess sorry for your loss. I don't really think you lost money here, but you just could have made a lot more. So I guess sorry about that. Thank you for the post. This is great content. Appreciate it. And good luck to you. Okay. This last one is by PrivTA. He says, anyone have a bigger BlackBerry? Bet. Okay. So I wanted to show this one because this is a good example of LEAPS, which stands for long-term equity anticipation securities, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It's an acronym. All that means is you're buying options that are at least 6 months out. And I always advise this, if you're going to buy options, always buy leaps. Because if you buy something that is going to expire soon, in a couple of months, theta decay is going to eat at you. You're going to get IV crushed. Every day the premium is going to eat at you, and it's not a good feeling. So this is a leaps. These are for January 2023. This appears to be a 100k YOLO, or close to that, 96k YOLO. So this guy must be pretty bullish on this. Because that's pretty ballsy, especially with the strike price. So he has 1,034 call options for BlackBerry, $40 strike expiring January 20th, 2023. Now, overall, I like this play, except for the strike price, because BlackBerry's at like what, $10 now. So this would need to go up 300% in 1.5 years for this to be successful. And it very well might, A lot of people are bullish on BlackBerry. I'm not going to comment on that. I don't know. Seems kind of unlikely, though. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he has to hold this until $40. He can sell this at any time. So maybe he just bought these at way out of the money at $40 because it costs less. So he was able to buy more contracts. Just speculation. I don't know exactly what he was thinking here. But either he actually thinks this is going to 40, or he just wanted to buy more options for cheaper. So he chose a strike price so far out. Logically, I would think that that's what he's doing here. So, kind of similar to the first guy, buying way out of the money options so that he could afford more contracts, because more out of the money equals cheaper. So, yeah, I can get behind this one. I like this one. I like everything except the strike price, but again, doesn't mean he has to hold this until it hits $40. He can sell this at any time. So overall, yeah, I do like this one. I can get behind this. And again, I just wanted to show this to you guys because this is a good example of leaps. Always buy leaps if you're going to buy options. Don't buy FDs. Is it going to 40 in 1.5 years? I don't know. That seems kind of far-fetched, but we'll see. So, thank you for posting. PrivTA. Great content. Appreciate it. Hope this works out for you. Good luck. And it's going to be a while, but please post updates. Okay, and that is the show for today. Monday, no show. Monday is Memorial Day, so stock market is closed. No show. Everyone have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Gonna sign out now. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe. And if you enjoy my content and want to support my channel, please check out my Patreon. Link in the description down below. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. Have a great weekend, everyone. Happy Memorial Day. I see you guys on Tuesday. Peace out.
My mother told me someday I will buy rockets with doubloons off to distant moons, shoot up past the stars, noble ship I steer, steady course to the haven. Hold, brothers, hold, then hold, sisters, hold then. My mother told me someday I will buy rockets with doubloons off to distant moons, shoot up past the stars, noble ship I steer, steady course to the haven. Hold, brothers, hold, then hold, sisters, hold then. My mother told me someday I will buy rockets with doubloons off to distant moons, shoot up past the stars, noble ship I steer, steady course to the haven. Hold, brothers, hold, then hold, sisters, hold then. My mother told me someday I will buy rockets with doubloons off to distant moons, shoot up past the stars, noble ship I steer, steady course to the haven. Hold, brothers, hold, then hold, sisters, hold then.